Hi, good morning. Welcome back. And we are so excited again to have another Hungary presentation that's going to dive deep into the Western region of the country. We have our dear friend, Zsuzsanna Sarman from the Hungarian Tourism Agency, Gwyn Kozlowski from Exeter, who's an expert from Exeter, who's going to be telling you a lot of different things that you probably don't know, sharing some treasures and secrets about this incredibly diverse region. So I'm going to kick it off to Zsuzsanna first to talk about the culture, gastronomy, and nature in Western Hungary. So over to you.
Thank you so much, Gabriela. Yes, we are so happy that we can kickstart as well this year with the Hungary's presentation. And we have been talking about many parts of the country actually in the last couple of months. And now let's go to Western Hungary. So I will talk about the regions in general, and then Gwen will give you some insights of the programs and will introduce you the experts as well, who they are working with. So this will be like a complex presentation about Hungary, the western part of our country. So let's start to see the slides. Of course, we have to start as well with a few COVID updates. At the moment, the borders of Hungary are closed as of 1st of September, and looks like it will stay like this until March at the moment. So now it is not possible to visit the country for tourism purposes. Only business travel is allowed, and you can enter the country in some exceptional cases. You can see information about these on the website shown on the screen. The number of cases are slightly decreasing and stagnating. Vaccination have been started here as well as in the other parts of the world, like healthcare workers are vaccinated, and now the senior people are getting the vaccine as well. So hopefully for the second half of the year, we will be able to share some more positive news as well with you. So as you may have remembered, we started actually last year our digital fam trip series, and it made us possible to visit many parts of the country, as well the western part. But first, I would like to share a video with you to show how Hungary is waiting for you and your customers to return to any part of our country. So let's see the video. So with that, we continue to discover the lesser known areas of Hungary, as they now represent a great options for clients looking for less urban, quieter destinations with warm hospitality. The Hungarian Tourism Agency reorganized the various tourism regions and named 11 tourism destinations throughout the country. By designating these areas, the aim is to make the performance of tourism tasks for more efficient, focus on the developments of these areas, and creating a great marketing communication around them to introduce these regions internationally. All the 11 regions, what you can see on the map, have a great variety of offerings, include our 22 wine growing regions, World Heritage sites, nature and wide open spaces, wine and gastronomy, cultural programs, family programs, and more. So today I would like to take you to the western part of the country and have a glimpse of 3 of the touristic destinations. After arriving to Budapest, as usually all Americans and Canadians as well start their trip from Budapest, you could take for example, this is like a sample itinerary here, like 3-day trips to the west part of the country. So our journey starts in Pannonhalma. In northwest Hungary, on the way from Budapest to Vienna, the Pannonhalma Abbey conserves thousands of years of history in their library and through collections of great cultural value. The first Benedictine monks settled here in 996, founded the first school in the country, and wrote the first text in Hungarian language in 1055. The site is as old as the Hungarian state itself. In addition to the abbey, visitors can enjoy its botanical and herbarium garden, a tea room, a restaurant, a vineyard, wine cellar, and a pilgrim hostel. It's a great half-day program to learn more about the life of the monks. All of the sites are good examples of continuous innovation of this community. The oldest existing building dates back to 1224. The second stop in our journey is Herend, where the world's largest porcelain manufactory is located. The internationally recognized Herend porcelain is a true Hungaricum, is still made by hand to this day. Due to its perfect quality and artistic workmanship, it is always a great gift. The mission of the Herend Porcelain Factory is not only to produce quality porcelains, but also to create the ideal conditions to promote this special profession with its technology and to transmit the traditions of applied arts. At an on-site interactive workshop, anyone can test the skills in making porcelain, create a porcelain animal or a rose, or paint an original heron motif. The road continues around the Lake Balaton. The Balaton region is the most popular tourist destination in Hungary. It is an ultimate holiday area for Hungarians. We call it the Hungarian Sea, the Hungarian Tuscany, a Riviera, and the nicknames really has no end. The largest freshwater lake in Central Europe and the highlands are a year-round destination with plenty of opportunities to get active, like cycling, as there is a more than 200-kilometer long cycling route around the lake. But it is also has a cultural gems to explore, such as castles, palaces, and romantic cities. The first day ends in Balatonfüred. This city has 2 marinas, a chain of carbonated mineral springs, listed buildings from the mid-18th and 19th centuries, and excellent restaurants. Boating has a long tradition in Balaton, backed by a well-equipped and modern yacht port network with charter opportunities, training courses, and organized tours. Speeding on a motorboat on the lake that constantly changes color with light and air, or taking part in a romantic sunset cruise are essential parts of the Balaton experience. Balatonfüred has smaller boutique hotels, secluded in the hills, bigger ones in the city center, close to the shore with wellness options. I have listed a few here on the slide. On the second day, we will go around the lake. To have a bit of a visual idea, please enjoy the teaser of our virtual fam trip video, which have been shooted with my colleagues this summer to introduce the area to travel advisors. Oh, I really can't wait for the summer to come back, to go back to these marvelous places. For example, to Tihany, which you can see on the picture, the Tihany Peninsula, which is overlooking to Lake Balaton. The Benedictine Abbey is a jewel of the village of Tihany, and the village itself was awarded as the most beautiful renovated village in Europe. Due to its excellent location, the abbey has a magical view of the eastern corner of the lake, as well as to the south coast. Tourists take advantage of shopping in the village's small shops, which are full of handicrafts and local lavender as well. The Festetics Castle in Keszthely is one of the most beautiful Baroque style complexes in Hungary, and it is worth visiting not only the golden rooms, but also its aristocratic library. The latter is the only Hungarian aristocratic library that, thanks to a huge fortune and the commander of the Russian troops who occupied Keszthely during World War II, survived the war in its original place. The Castle Park is a nature reserve where you can even take a carriage ride to experience the atmosphere and lifestyle during the 18th and 19th centuries. On the third day, the way is leading to the south, almost to the country's border with Croatia. The destination is Pécs, the ancient Christian necropolis nestled between hills and lush forests. The town was founded by the Romans in the early 2nd century and became a prosperous provincial capital in the 4th century. The Pécs cemetery in southern Hungary, dating back to the late Roman Empire and early Christianity, is the most important in the province. It has hundreds of tombs and dozens of family burial chapels. In addition, it is the cemetery in Europe in which the largest number of buildings with decorated walls of the time are preserved and named as a World Heritage Site. Similar tombs only can be found in the Vatican City. The old city consists of pedestrian streets. You can walk around the cathedral, the Turkish mosque, and the beautiful palaces. The Mediterranean-style city was awarded the title of European Capital of Culture in 2010. Among the countless attractions of the city, undoubtedly, the Zsolnai Cultural Quarter stands out. This is where the Zsolnai family, known for producing porcelain, used to live in the 19th and 20th centuries. A total of 15 protected historical buildings and 88 Zsolnai statues can be found in the picturesque parks and walkways. Each corner of the neighborhood have many attractions like museums, planetarium, concert hall, theater, leather gloves manufacture, cozy cafes, craft shops, and high-quality restaurants. Around Pécs, you can find the Villány wine region. The wines of this region are recognized by experts and consumers as wines of excellent quality and commercial success. It was here that Hungary's first comprehensive system of origin protection was developed. The Villány Siklós wine route is the first stronghold of Hungarian wine tourism. Cute family-owned wineries, great picnic spots can be found here, and even truffle hunting and tasting is available in the region. Of the hotels in Pécs, my favorites are the boutique hotels as well. The Adél and the Arcadia are nice little options for an overnight. So the truth is that few people know about the natural, architectural, and gastronomic wealth of our country. I hope I have been able to present some of the hidden corners, and you will find interesting topics to share with your customers. So thank you so much. And now it's over to Gwyn again, who will share some great insights with you. Thank you so much.
Hi, thank you so much, Susanna. I was lucky enough in October of 2019 to travel all through this region with Susanna, where we did a lot of inspections. And honestly, when we're talking about making FITs in the countryside, two things are always really important to me. Can we find interesting people for your guests to meet? And are the hotels um, kind of a standard that Americans would like? And I think the resounding answer in this area is yes. So I'll just share a little presentation I made about this area of Hungary. It was actually a big surprise to me that I enjoyed it so much. I was ready to really like the Tokai region better, and I was really pleasantly surprised. So here's just a little bit about us and you know what I found in that area. So I work for Exeter International, and we are a tour operator that focuses on FIT travel in Central and Eastern Europe and Russia. And just quickly, this map here shows kind of our region, which is Germany, Switzerland, and all points east to Central Asia. Everything we do is on an FIT basis. So it can be as much or as little as your clients want to book, from people that are getting off a riverboat in Budapest and they maybe have one free day to do something really special, or multi-day, multi-country itineraries in this part of the world. So I made my own little tourism map as well of Hungary, and really tools for us and tools for advisors to know what is workable in time people have. And today we'll focus on Western Hungary. So this area around Balaton, and then down here around Page, and a little bit of a surprise in the middle. We are known for our local knowledge. So when you're working with us, everything comes firsthand. All the information I'm sharing with you today is firsthand information that we've obtained through multiple visits to these destinations. We don't use a local DMC or anything like that. We design everything here in collaboration with travel advisors and your travelers, and work to create completely customized programs for everybody. Nothing is sold off the shelf. Everything we do is developed just for your travelers. And I would say one of our secret weapons is our guides. They are two of my favorites in Hungary are here, Julia, and they are they really make or break a trip. As I'm sure if you plan FITs, you know the guides are one of the most essential parts. And we put a lot of work into finding the right guides for your travelers. And sometimes that's really challenging in the countryside. And we really hit the jackpot with this area of Hungary. We focus on providing extraordinary experiences to your guests. This is a wine picnic we had, not in this area, but could be done here. So things that they can't just find by Googling, which increases your value and our value to them. So we work with all of the best hotels in the major cities. And if you are a member of Virtuoso or Signature, those amenities carry through to you at the applicable hotel. And I'll go through Budapest quickly because I think a lot of you probably are already familiar with the hotels in Budapest, but we work with the Four Seasons, one of my favorites. Love this lobby. Rooms with a view of the Danube. We honor here both the Virtuoso and the preferred partner amenities. For a little bit of a lower price point, but a great location, it's the Kempinski Corvinus. They're members of Virtuoso and Signature, and they have these gorgeous renovated rooms. This is actually the first hotel I stayed in Budapest when I visited in 2002. And what a difference. So great options and lots of really great food outlets here. One of my favorite boutique hotels in Budapest is the Aria. Look at this rooftop view over the city and St. Stephen's right next door. The Aria is part of Virtuoso and Signature, and very colorful rooms. I am a purple lover, so this hotel is wonderful for me. And a little secret one that I got to visit and haven't had travelers been able to stay yet is the new Hyatt Parisi Udvar. Look at this lobby. When you walk in, pretty much everyone is standing in here with their necks craned upwards to take pictures. Rooms are very nice and serene in white and cream. And then a new hotel opening that will be open post-pandemic is the new luxury collection property, which is a mirror image of the Hyatt building. It's called Matilde Palace, and their rooms are going to be a little bit more colorful, kind of a different vibe, almost Art Deco, and really great options in Budapest. The best surprise in this area is the quality of the hotels in the countryside. And I know Susanna listed some of her favorites. In the Lake Balaton region, I'm afraid that around the lake itself, these are kind of like lake resorts, which are mass market's the wrong word, but not really quite as intimate and upscale as a lot of American travelers would like. This was a personal favorite. Villa Vitae is has a setting in the vineyards in the hills above the lake. So there are sweeping views of the lake from here. And that it's very small, very intimate, very hands-on management, speaks English, which is handy. And rooms have kind of almost like a Tuscan Inn vibe. Um, in Page, my favorite was the top one on Susanna's list, which is the boutique hotel on a quiet street, but right off of the main square. So very walkable, very central, historic building, modern rooms, and even if you have families traveling, possibilities for twin beds, which is awesome, and just a great location. And then here's the secret. I know post pandemic, everybody's talking about villa rental and buyouts. This was a place we stayed that I would happily go back to right this second. It's called Hurdelendy Castle. It's maybe midway between Balaton and Page. And this is a castle that is open selected days as a hotel, but really with only 6 rooms, you can buy it out and you have all the facilities of the castle. So you have archery and horseback riding and a spa and pools and golf carts to drive around the property. It was gorgeous. And I know a lot of times you see a countryside hotel that looks like this on the outside, but the rooms aren't great. The rooms are great. The rooms are great. The food is great. The staff was really amazing and hands on and very, very just so friendly. And this is a really fantastic option for a countryside retreat or even a stopover if you look at the map between Budapest and Croatia or Slovenia. So just to talk quickly about the Balaton region, we can do this as a day trip from Budapest, although I love the option of staying there because then guests can take advantage of water activities. I know Susanna mentioned the boating. There is a lot of possibility here. Tihan is also my favorite city, and it's just a, well, city is the wrong word, town. And it's a beautiful spot to walk around. And Villa Vitae is very close to this. So this could be an easy kind of excursion from the hotel. And one of the best things to do in Hungary as a whole is taste the wines. They're not that prevalent in the US, and people are always really surprised at the quality. This is one of the wine cellars we visited in the Balaton region, which was up in the hills with a little bistro attached. Really fantastic, very intimate options for wine tasting that aren't like some big manufacturer. In Page, I had honestly no idea what to expect here, and I was so pleasantly surprised. This is a picture of the town center. It was lively with cafes and little shops, and really quite a lot of sightseeing. So Susanna mentioned the sightseeing in Page, which absolutely is worthwhile. I loved it as a base to go to Villan, like this little wine village. This is a shot down the street. So all of these little doorways are different vintners, and you can literally do a walking wine sampling in this town as a day trip from Page. So you have a great hotel and a great base to just get out and walk around in a town. But then during the day, you can experience some really great and really unknown to Americans wine. And this area is famous for its reds. My favorite spot that we went to in this region was this tiny little wine village, Palconia. This is what the whole village looks like. It was a Swabian village, so it was originally settled by Germans, and this is again all little family wine manufacturers. And you come inside and there's a small tasting room for those that want. Then you can go down into the cellars in each of these buildings. This is also where I call her the truffle lady. This is where truffle hunting can be done. And if your guests don't want to do truffle hunting, they just want to do truffle tasting, that's also completely possible in this area. This is our Central Europe team. So it's myself and my colleague Lori. Here we are at Fisherman's Bastion in Budapest. Again, everything we do is based on our personal firsthand knowledge. We're not looking things up in guidebooks or talking to a third person. I mean, everything we plan for you and your guests is right from what we've experienced. Here's us again on Fisherman's Bastion. I just want to say thank you, and thank you to Susanna for letting us participate today. It's so nice to be able to talk about destinations, even if I can't visit yet, but soon.
Well, you both did such a great job, and I really felt like I was there. And I think that you make a great point about guides and insider knowledge. And it's just so nice when a guide is just exactly the way that you both presented. It was, you know way more than the traveler, but you're delivering it in such a meaningful and relatable way. Not and an interesting way. So I loved all of this, and I'm sure everybody watching will too. So thank you so much, and we will see you the next time.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.